On today's video, we are doing a revisit of the Strike 80 build. We haven't had this out on the channel for a while, and reason being, we still never could get this thing to run 100% reliably. Unless we use this ammo right here. Now these were some hotter rounds that I made. These had 5.5 grains of CFE pistol underneath a 115 grain Hornady FMJ. These were the only rounds that I could get to run 100% in this gun. A lot of the issues probably have to do with the Strike Industries Mass Driver comp. The problem with the comp was it only came with one spring, and Strike Industries never said what the poundage on this spring was, so I took a guess and figured it was probably a 15-pound spring. I got on Strike Industries website, went through the details, specs, everything on the Mass Driver. Still couldn't find anything on the springs, but when I went to their extra Glock parts page, they had reduced power recoil springs. So I bought a 13-pounder and I bought an 11-pounder because I want this thing to run everything. Factory ammo, my competition reloads. I don't want to be stuck just having to run those hotter reloads. So I'm going to get this apart and we're going to see if the springs that come with the Mass Driver are the same length as these reduced power springs I bought. Alright, here's our spring and guide rod from the Mass Driver. And like I said, I'm taking a guess that this is a 15-pound spring. So, what we're going to do first is we're going to go to the range and we're going to test this 13-pounder out. I can definitely tell this is a lighter spring. And they're pretty close to being about the same length. This might have about 1 or half a coil more than the 15-pounder that we think's 15 pounds that came with the Mass Driver. So we're going to get this 13 installed and we're going to go test it. Seems a little lighter. Yeah. And if the 13 doesn't work, then we're going to slap the 11 in it and see what happens. Alright, we got that spring back in there. Functioning fine. Now I can definitely tell that that 13-pound spring was lighter because it was a lot easier to put in. That guide rod and spring's pretty hard to get in there, get everything lined up, and it was definitely easier than this. So we definitely got a lighter spring. Let's get it out to the range, test it out. Alright, we got the Strike 80 build out here to test out the 13-pound spring. See if this gun is going to run 100% reliable. I'll take you over to the bench and I'll show you all the ammo we're using today. Alright, here's all the ammo we're going to be using. These are my reloads. These are my competition rounds. These are 124 grain Summit City bullets. Those are sitting on top of 4.8 grain CFE pistol. We've also got just some Remington range ammo. This is 115 grain FMJs. We've got the 115 grain FMJ Arms Core. We got the 115 grain CCI Blazers, and we got the Winchester Active Duty. Now this Active Duty is super hot. It's a 115 grain ball, and we're actually doing a video testing this ammo. So I'm going to run this close to last because I have a good feeling that this, being as hot as it is probably going to run that gun pretty good. Alright, we got 10 rounds of the Remington range ammo loaded up. Got a camera down there rolling. Gonna shoot at the top right target. Wow, that's a really good sign right there. Last time we had it out, we couldn't get it through 10 rounds, especially with Remington ammo. Alright, we got 10 rounds of CCI Blazer loaded up. See how it does. Top left target. Camera's down there rolling. Oh. Failure to eject. Alright. Ran them all but the one. Alright, we got 10 rounds of the arms core loaded up. Bottom left target. Ran them all. Alright, we got 10 rounds of the Winchester active duty loaded up. Now these rounds are super hot. We're going to shoot at the bottom right target. Camera is rolling. Ran them all, and that was one nice group. Yeah, maybe I had one drop. Alright, we're going to do something a little different. I got my 124 grain Summit City reloads loaded up. Now I got a full mag this time. We got one target left there in the center. Let's see if it can run a full mag. Nope, stovepipe. Stovepipe. Alright, we have 2 stovepipes with the reloads. Alright, got a full mag of the Winchester active duty. Let's see if it can run through a whole mag. Nope. Had the camera pointed at the wrong target. That is the best that this gun has ever ran since I built it. But it's still not running 100%, but we are going in the right direction. Now, the 13-pound spring definitely made a huge difference because we had a lot more issues with it with the spring that came with the Mass Driver comp. And I'm bound and determined to get this damn thing to run with this comp. So, I'm going to take it home. We're going to take the 13-pound spring out. We're going to put the 11 in. And we're going to come back and we're going to try it again. And hopefully, we'll get it to run 100%. I got the 11-pound spring installed now. And I went ahead and ordered another part because I went back and watched the video and I was watching the ejection pattern. And supposedly, this trigger housing and ejector is going to take care of that problem. Now this is a genuine polymer 80 part. So let me get the other one out and we'll compare the two. So the new polymer 80 one is on the left and the one that came out of the build is on the right. And they're slightly different. Not much, but maybe it's enough to make a difference. The polymer 81 does look like maybe it kicks in just a little bit more. It's got a little bit of a sharper point on it. Well, let's put it back together and try it out and see what happens. Alright, I got that all back together. Alright, got that all back together. Tried to comparison here on this again. I don't really see any difference in them hardly. I want to say that polymer 81's got just a little bit more of a angle on it, but I don't know. Slide back on here and we'll trigger's working great. There's a reset and brake. That front part of that trigger is a ZEV. Reset, brake. So, trigger feels really good. Let's take it to the range and hopefully it works. Alright, we're going to eliminate any issues we were having with that mag with the Strike Industries extension on it. This is just a factory Glock 17 mag. First thing we're going to shoot is the Remington range ammo. I had 12 rounds of that left, so I just put all 12 in here. Get the dot on. Alright, we're good to go. Camera's down there rolling. We're going to shoot top right target. Alright, that's a good sign. Ran them all. 12 rounds. Really nice group. So far, so good. Alright, I have 14 rounds of the Winchester active duty left. So I just went ahead and loaded the rest of that up. Camera's rolling. We're going to shoot top left target. Fair to feed. Alright, we got 10 rounds of arms core loaded up. We're going to shoot at the bottom right target. Camera's rolling. Ran them all. Alright, we got 10 rounds CCI Blazer loaded up. Here we go. Fed them all. Alright, we got 10 rounds of the Berry's bullets, 124 grain reloads loaded up. These are the ones sitting on 4.8 grains CFE pistol. We got one target left in the center. Camera's rolling. Fed them all. Alright, one last test. Now, majority of the time I'm always running reloads, but I want to make this gun run on factory ammo. So, I got 17 rounds, CCI Blazers loaded up, so this mag's topped off. This is probably the most prominent factory ammo I can get here where I live. Let's run one more mag through it, see how it does. Damn. Oh, this makes me happy. This gun has been a pain in the ass. Alright, my final thoughts on this Strike 80 with the Mass Driver Comp. I'm pretty happy with it now. I built this gun probably a year and a half ago, and it got way out of hand. I ended up dumping way too much money into this thing, and it never ran right. So it just went back in the safe, and I haven't touched it in months. And I decided the other day, like, I need to get this project back out and get it to run. I'm really glad I bought that 11-pound spring. So it started running pretty good with a 13-pound spring, but once we went to the 11, and now we got that ejector in there. Now I noticed it did have some erratic ejection still, but it was cycling everything, and as long as it's running, I'm good with that. Now that active duty ammo, that was the one malfunction we had. All right, I hate to say it, but it's Winchester ammo, and Winchester is the one ammo on this channel that gives me the most amount of trouble. The other thing with that Winchester ammo is we did a review on it and we ran it through a chrono, and it is super hot. I think we were hitting like 1,340 feet per second with that ammo out of my Walther PDP Pro, which is a 4.5-inch barrel. That stuff was flying out of there. So it might have ran better with 13-pound spring, but it's factory ammo. It's stuff I buy on the shelf. I don't need to buy it. It's not for this anyway. So it ran the Remington range ammo perfect. It ran my reloads perfect. It ran the CCI Blazer perfect. And it ran the Arms Corps 115 grain perfect. And that's what I wanted. I tailored a reload that would run in this gun with the 15-pound spring in it that came with the Mass Driver Comp, and it would run perfect. But I didn't want to just be able to run that one round through this build. I wanted to get it so it would run on reloads and factory ammo. And I think we got that finally now. I just wanted to go back, make a second video on this build with the Mass Driver Comp, because I've gotten a lot of comments on the first video. It's been watched quite a few times now. And I thought, I need to get this thing back out and run it and get it fixed and get it running right. And I think we've got a winner now. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.